morning, students. Welcome to lesson 66. I really hope that you are all well and that you are all coping with your online studies. Okay, I said in the previous lesson, I said I will be marking exercise 4EF, but I will also going to mark in this lesson exercise 4G. So I will be marking exercise 4E, 4F, and 4G. All right. Okay, sorry. So let's start with 4E. The following information was obtained from the Books of Easy Read Book Club on the 31st of December X1. Okay, the total of the membership fees account in the pre-adjustment trial balance was 108,000. 6 members have not yet paid their membership fees, while 8 members have already paid for 22. 2 members that were still outstanding for 20 amounts have to be written off as irrecoverable. And then they also say the membership fees amounted to 2,000 Rand per member per year. All right, and then show the necessary entries in the ledger account of the club. Okay, now the most important one, as you know, is the membership fees account. So let's start with the membership fees account. Okay, what they give you, they say that the amount in the pre-adjustment trial balance was 108,000. So that was the total in the pre-adjustment trial balance. Okay, so now you must remember that it was at the end of the year, the total in that account, which means the adjustments at the beginning of the year. Remember, we have to do the reverse entries for the adjustments. Those two reverse entries have already been made at the beginning of the year. In other words, that writing back of income accrued and income received in advance, that was already done in that account. And then also the amount that was received in the bank was also entered during the year in that membership fees account. That could be for money that was outstanding for the previous year, money that has been received for the next year. In other words, that amount was included in that 108,000 Rand. Okay. So we can start the membership fees account. On the credit side, you can write total 108,000. Okay. And then you can do the on the credit side of the membership fees account, you're going to start with total 108,000. Okay, that was given to you. 6 members have not yet paid their membership fees for X1, so that is accrued income. 6 times 2,000 is 12,000. So you will have on the credit side of that membership fees account 12,000 Rand and debit income accrued income 12,000 Rand. Okay. 6 members have already paid their membership fees for 22. That is income received in advance. So you will credit income received in advance and you will debit membership fees 16,000. That is the 8 times 2,000. Okay. And then what they also said was 2 members have to be written off. Okay, so that's quite easy. 2 times 2,000 gives you 4,000. So on the credit side of membership fees, you will have fees written off 4,000. Okay, so now you've got all the entries in your membership fees account. The remaining amount is the one that you need to do the calculation for, and that is the amount that we're going to transfer to the income and expenditure account. All right, so the amount for income that we must transfer to the income and expenditure account, and that is the balancing amount in that account. Remember, I said to you in the last lesson that in most of the cases, or probably in the exam, you will have to either calculate the amount that needs to be transferred to the income and expenditure account, or you'll have to calculate the amount that was actually received in the bank during the year. Okay, in this case, if you do that balancing amount, it gives you also 108,000. Okay, that is pure coincidence that amount and the one at the beginning of the amount that they said was in the pre-adjustment trial balance was also 108,000. Don't get confused. That is a pure coincidence that those two amounts are the same. All right. Okay, so this is what the ledger of Easy Book Club will look like. You will see there is our membership fees account. We've got our accrued income account. We've got the income received in advance account, and also the fees that were written off. So you can see that in the ledger accounts. Okay, so now let's carry on to exercise 4F. Okay, exercise 4F. Following information was obtained from Voortrekker High School on the 31st of December. They give you the amount for school fees, it's 6,000 Rand per year. And then they say on the 1st of January, 14 pupils have not yet paid their school fees for 2020, while 8 pupils have already paid their school fees for 21. That was the beginning of the year. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to write back, reverse the adjustments at the end of the previous year. So, okay, the 1st of January, on the credit side, that's the writing back of that adjustment. On the 1st of January, income received in advance, 48,000. And then on the debit side, accrued income, 84,000. Okay, so that is those two entries are for the writing back of the end of the previous year's adjustment. Okay. And then they give you the amount that we received during the year, during school fees were received, 60,000 and 900,000 and 108,000. And that you enter on the credit side of the school fees account. So you can add those amounts, or in this case, they've written it separately, which is also fine. So you can add the three amounts. All right. So then you get on the credit side the amounts that you received during the year for school fees. Okay, and then they say, what is the situation at the end of the year when you've got to do the adjustments for accrued income and received in advance? At the end of the year, 16 pupils have not yet paid for your school fees for 21. So that is 16 times 6,000 gives you 96,000. Accrued income is debited and school fees is credited with 96,000. That is for the 16 pupils. And then they also say that the school fees of the pupils not yet paid have to be written off as irrecoverable. Okay, now you must have a look. What was the people that were outstanding the beginning of the year? It was 14 pupils have not yet paid their school fees. Ne? So it's 14 times 6 gives you 84,000. What have we received for 21 during the year? 60,000. Okay, so it's 84,000 less 60,000, and that is 24,000 that needs to be written off as irrecoverable. Okay, what have we received in advance? Where did I give that to you? Okay, so they give it to you there under during 21 school fees were received. For 22, they give you the amount of 108,000. So that was the school fees that were received like for the next year for 22. So you will have on the debit side of your school fees account, income received in advance debit 108,000 in the school fees account. And you will have on the credit side of income received in advance 108,000. Okay. So all what is left to do is to get the balancing amount in that account. So that is the amount that will be transferred to the income and expenditure account. That is the balancing figure. All right. So what do? You add up the debit side, you add up the credit side, and then you will get the difference, which is the balancing amount that's going to be transferred to your income and expenditure account, and that is 1,068,000. So it's 1,068,000 Rand that's going to be transferred to your income and expenditure account. Okay, so now let's carry on with exercise 4G. Golden Years Old Age Home. The following information was obtained from the books of Golden Years Old Age Home on the 30th of June X1. Okay. On the 1st of July, X0 fees amounting to for 48,200 was still outstanding. That was the first day of this financial year. All right. And then 35,900 were paid in advance actually for this financial period. Okay, let's start with those two entries. Okay, in the home fees or in the fees account, you will do the reverse entries for the previous year's adjustment. Like you always start with that account. So on the debit side of the fees account, you will have accrued income, 48,200. The double entry is debit home fees and credit accrued income. That is the reverse entry for the adjustment. Okay. And then the other one is income received in advance, 35,900. So you will debit income received in advance and you will credit home fees, 35,900. Okay. Then they say during the period, the amount that we received was 1,467,390. And that is the amount that we have received, what we received in the bank during the financial year. Okay, so you debit bank or you have debited bank credit home fees 1,467,390. Okay, what needs to be, let's see what do we have to write off as bad debts. The outstanding fees of 1 July, 35,190 was recovered. The balance must be written off as irrecoverable. Okay, that is easy. What was the amount that was outstanding? It was 48,200. Okay, it was 48,200. And then we recovered 34,190. So the difference between those two amounts is 13,010. And that is the amount that we need to write off. Fees written off. 13,101 on the credit side of the fees account. We will debit fees written off and credit home fees or whatever the account's name is, home fees. 13,101. Okay, and then we need to do the adjustments at the end of the year for the fees that were outstanding and that were also received for the next year. Okay, let's see what that was. On the 30th of June, fees paid in advance was 25,390. So you will have on the debit side of that fees account income received in advance 25,390, and you will have on the credit side of income received in advance 25,390. Okay. And then what was outstanding at the end of the financial year? It was 62,930. So we will credit fees or home fees account and debit income accrued or accrued income of 62,930. All right. And the last step is just to see what is the amount that we need to transfer to the income and expenditure account. We just add the debit side, add the credit side, exactly the same as what you normally do when you close off a nominal account to either the profit and loss account or to the trading account. In this case, it's called the income and expenditure account. So what we'll do is just add the debit side, add the credit side, see what is the difference. And that balancing amount is the amount that you will transfer to your income and expenditure account. All right. If you add debit side, add credit side, the difference is 1,505,640. And that is the amount that will be transferred to your income and expenditure account. Okay, so that is it for lesson 66. This was quite a short lesson. Okay, and in the next lesson, lesson 67, we will be doing financial statements of non-profit organizations. Okay, till next time. Goodbye. Keep well.